June 2015. The dense jungle of northern Cambodia. The air thick with steam, the echo of insects resonating between ancient tree canopies. A helicopter flies low over the forest near Angkor Wat, carrying a special laser scanning device called LiDAR. Beneath that dense layer of trees lies something no one has seen for centuries. Inside the helicopter cabin, archaeologists stare intently at the computer screen. Each invisible laser pulse pierces through the foliage, hits the ground, and bounces back. At first, the data was just meaningless dots of light. Then suddenly, straight lines began to emerge, perfect squares. Roads stretching for kilometers. Massive man-made water reservoirs. And an entire network of an ancient urban civilization buried beneath the tropical jungle. It was not just a few scattered ruins. It was an entire city. A vast city that once belonged to the Khmer Empire, the civilization that built Angkor Wat in the early 12th century under King Suryavarman II. For decades, historians believed Angkor Wat was just a large religious temple complex. But the LiDAR data changed everything. What appeared on screen showed Angkor was not simply an ancient city. It may have been the largest pre-industrial city in the world. You have to imagine that, deep in the jungle of Southeast Asia, nearly 900 years ago, no modern machinery, no engines, no satellites or reinforced concrete. Yet the ancient Khmer built perfectly straight avenues, complex canal systems, and massive water reservoirs. Enough to control water for hundreds of thousands, perhaps nearly 1 million people. And the strangest thing of all, most of that city completely vanished from history. Researchers began to dig deeper into the scanned area. Many sites previously thought to be just abandoned forest actually contained foundations of houses, small temples, dikes, and ancient roads. Some structures lay dozens of kilometers from Angkor Wat itself, which meant the true scale of Angkor was far greater than any prior estimate. Archaeologist Damien Evans, leader of the LiDAR project, described the find as a complete map of a lost world. But that very fact raised even more questions. If Angkor was once an ancient megacity, why did it vanish? No signs of large-scale destruction by war. No clear records of any epidemic. No evidence that the city was abandoned in a single night. Instead, Angkor seemed to dissolve slowly, then be swallowed by the jungle. For centuries, nature concealed its entire existence. When European explorers first saw Angkor in the 19th century, they believed Southeast Asians could not have built it. The scale was too vast, too precise, too complex. Every sandstone block at Angkor Wat was transported from quarries dozens of kilometers away. The canals were dug entirely by hand. The water reservoirs, called beret, spanning kilometers wide, regulated water across wet and dry seasons. The entire city operated like a massive hydraulic machine. And then that machine stopped working. Today, walking through Angkor at dawn, you can still hear the wind whispering through ancient stone corridors. Bas-reliefs hundreds of meters long still clearly show Khmer warriors, Hindu deities, and royal armies. But behind that beauty lies a mystery that has never been fully solved. How could a civilization powerful enough to build the largest city of its era almost completely vanish from the world? And more frightening still, does the Cambodian jungle still hide other cities never yet discovered? Rainy season 2016. Northwest of Angkor Wat. The sound of dripping water echoes through ancient canals that dried up centuries ago. Mud cakes the boots of archaeologists as they trudge through low earthen mounds deep in the jungle. At first glance, this place seems unremarkable. Just moss-covered earthen mounds, disorganized rows of trees, and fragments of stone almost entirely swallowed by nature. But beneath that soil lie the traces of a system that once beat like the heart of an entire empire. Research teams began excavating areas flagged by LiDAR as anomalous. As the first layer of soil was removed, perfectly straight grooves emerged. These were not natural formations. They were man-made water channels. Then more structures emerged. Massive earthen embankments, reservoirs stretching for kilometers, a water distribution network linking temples, residential areas, and agricultural fields. The ancient Khmer did not merely build a city. They built an entire water control machine. During the 12th and 13th centuries, Cambodia faced extreme climate conditions. Monsoons brought violent floods, while prolonged dry seasons cracked the earth. To survive, the Khmer Empire engineered one of the most sophisticated irrigation systems of the ancient world. The barays, massive man-made reservoirs, functioned as water regulation basins. Canals carried water from mountains down to the plains. Earthen and stone dams controlled the flow across seasons. Some researchers compare Angkor to a living organism. Water was the blood, and the irrigation network was the circulatory system. But then the archaeologists discovered something troubling. Many ancient canals showed signs of severe erosion. Some sections were filled with abnormally thick layers of mud. Large reservoirs appeared to have once been ruptured by extreme water pressure. This indicates the system had begun to lose control. When a network entirely dependent on water broke down, an entire city could collapse with it. Modern climate research later reinforced this hypothesis. Tree and sediment analysis revealed that Southeast Asia experienced extreme droughts in the 14th and 15th centuries. Some dry periods lasted for decades. Then unusually violent monsoon seasons would follow. For Angkor, it may have been the perfect storm. You can imagine the scene. Canals that once fed hundreds of thousands now overflowed with mud and rotting plants. Reservoirs slowly drained under the tropical heat. Rice harvests failed. Trade routes began to wither. And at the same time, the empire's power began to falter. In the 15th century, the kingdom of Ayutthaya to the west grew powerful. Historical records show that Siamese armies repeatedly attacked Khmer territory. In 1431, Angkor is believed to have been captured. The Khmer elite seemed to abandon this place gradually, shifting power south toward present-day Phnom Penh. And then the jungle began to advance. Stone walls were strangled by tree roots. Roads vanished beneath layers of rotting leaves. Over the next few centuries, nature patiently erased every trace, until the French arrived in Cambodia in the 19th century. The naturalist Henri Mouhot described Angkor as a city forgotten deep within the jungle. Year 2018. A dim research room inside an archaeology center in Siem Reap. Light from computer screens reflects on ancient topographic maps. Researchers sit in silence before the latest LiDAR data. Layer by layer, the forest disappears from the screen, revealing perfect geometric shapes beneath. There were too many structures, more than anyone had ever imagined. But the more they discovered, the deeper Angkor's mystery became. Because the biggest question still had no clear answer. What truly killed this megacity? For many years, the most popular theory was war. Chronicles from Ayutthaya describe intense conflicts with the Khmer Empire. Some records say the Siamese army captured Angkor in 1431, after many months of siege. Sounded plausible. Many ancient civilizations had collapsed due to war. But as archaeologists studied more closely, things didn't fit. There was no thick layer of ash spread across the city like at ancient Troy. There were no mass war remains. There were no signs that Angkor was destroyed suddenly. Instead, evidence showed a much slower decline, like a massive machine gradually losing its ability to function. Some experts believe the true cause lies in Angkor's very scale. This city was too large, too complex, too dependent on a massive hydraulic system. When the climate changed and the water network began to fail, the entire economy may have fallen into crisis. Maintaining hundreds of kilometers of canals required massive labor, along with strong central authority. If the royal court weakened, the system weakened with it. But there were still things that puzzled researchers. Some areas of Angkor seemed to continue being used even after the supposed collapse. Buddhist temples remained active. Some communities continued to live around this area for centuries. That meant Angkor didn't completely disappear. It just no longer was the center of an empire. So is the word collapse even accurate? Or was this actually a slow transformation lasting hundreds of years? Then another, even more frightening theory emerged. Angkor could be the first example of a megacity that failed due to environment. This idea drew attention because it sounded very modern. A city that grew too fast. Infrastructure systems became increasingly complex. Natural resources were exploited beyond sustainability. And finally, the environment changed beyond control. Forests around Angkor were once massively deforested. Forest loss may have caused much more severe soil erosion during rainy seasons. Mud flooded into the canals. The water system began to clog. Then each part of the network collapsed in a chain reaction. If this is true, Angkor is history's first warning about the fragility of megacities. LiDAR scans continue to discover more previously unrecorded structures. The Cambodian jungle still hides thousands of secrets. And perhaps the most astonishing thing is, we still don't know the full truth. Dawn. The Cambodian jungle is shrouded in thick mist. Birdsong echoes through the ancient stone corridors of Angkor, what as the first sunlight touches the lotus-shaped towers. The massive sandstone walls still stand after nearly 900 years, silent, motionless, as if hiding something. A team of archaeologists ventures deep into the jungle north of the main temple. They carry terrain scanners, GPS devices, and ground-penetrating radar. Unusual lines appear on the screen beneath thick layers of earth. Perfect rectangle. Possibly the foundation of another ancient structure. This is what makes Angkor different from most ancient ruins. It has never truly ended. Every year, researchers discover something new. A buried road. An ancient reservoir. A small temple swallowed by the jungle. Structures no one knew ever existed. It feels as if the city is slowly revealing itself, layer by layer. With each new discovery, the true scale of the Khmer Empire becomes more astonishing. Today, many scientists believe Angkor may have spanned more than 1,000 square kilometers. If true, this was not just a religious or royal center. It was an ancient megacity. One of the largest cities humanity ever built before the industrial era. But what makes Angkor a mystery is not just its size. It is its fragility. A civilization powerful enough to move millions of stone blocks. Organized enough to build a vast water network through the tropical jungle. Wealthy enough to maintain hundreds of temples for centuries. Yet unable to save itself. Perhaps this is what haunts archaeologists most. Angkor did not vanish from a single explosion or disaster. It declined slowly. Canals filled with silt, one by one. Harvests failed, season by season. Districts emptied, neighborhood by neighborhood, until nature began to reclaim everything. Tree roots pierced through stone foundations. Rain and wind eroded the statues of gods. The old jungle swallowed once bustling boulevards. For centuries, the world nearly forgot Angkor had ever existed. Remarkably, the local Cambodian people never fully abandoned this place. Buddhist monks continued to live and pray in parts of Angkor Wat. While the West called it the lost city, to the Khmer it had never truly disappeared. Perhaps Angkor's greatest mystery lies not underground, but in how history is remembered. How many other civilizations reached their peak, then vanished from human memory? How many cities still lie beneath deserts, jungles, or oceans, waiting to be discovered? Modern technology like LiDAR is changing archaeology forever. What was once invisible can now be seen from the sky. As night falls over Angkor, the ancient corridors sink into darkness. Deep in the Cambodian jungle, an entire world may still lie unearthed, waiting.